That's right.
Subscribe now.
It is your beauty industry coach, Celeste Noel, and let's get right into it. Let's go.
Does this workout technique look familiar to you? I don't know if it's stretching, if it's doing arm workouts or what it is, but I'm going to tell you what it is not. It is not good for me to continue to do it when I am trying to do a sew-in on myself. It's Celeste Noel, your beauty industry coach, and I'm here today because I want to teach you how to stop making excuses for going to the gym. Yes, and I mean it, because so many of us are making up excuses why we can't go to the gym.
Go to the gym.
But today I'm going to teach you how to do the detachable sew-in. Now, we know you can wear braids to the gym. We know if you're natural, you can wear your hair natural. But for those of us that actually like styles, hair that's curled, hair that's wand, hair that's straight, ponytails, those type things, sew-ins has always been our go-to. Now, when it comes to doing a sew-in, the thing about it is they last a long time depending upon how well you install it. And in this particular case, what I'm going to be teaching you is how to actually sew your bundles without cutting them, except when you get to the top, and how to install your bundles on your wig cap and then install it on your hair. So when it comes down to creating your detachable sew-in, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need you making your own wig cap. And I bought the extra large. I bought the extra large because I wanted it to be large enough so that when I start pulling and tugging and doing all those things, that I didn't have to worry about it shrinking. Now, the material of this, as you can see, it's net. It really doesn't have any stretch to it. It is pure net, no stretch, which is good because when you start sewing, the thing about it is if it has stretch, when you start sewing, that'll cause it to shrink. So this is pretty much in its true state. And once I actually start sewing it, you're going to see that you don't need to sew and pull and do things like that. You want to put it right there where it originates at on the net so that it's not stretching to shrinking. But again, I made it larger for a reason. The first thing I'm going to do, as you can see, I already have my braid down. Remember, this is my leave out. Now, this is the front. And then let me take that off. Where you see, this is the back. The back always has your hooks on it. Okay? So again, this is my weaving cap. Gonna place it on, pull it down, and this is exactly how it should look. This is right here in the back. Now, instead of me keeping these in the back, I'm gonna pull them around and clamp them. Now, I have some friends that I think should join us. Glasses. I said it. Keep living. All right, so my next tool is my white eyeliner. The first tool is I'm going to need my netting cap. The next thing is I need my white liner. Why do I need this white liner? Because I need to be able to see where I need to map out the area that I'm going to sew in. So as you can see, this is my leave out. And I'm going to start right here where that part is. You see that? And this is a good liner. You see that? And for those of you that can't see, make sure you're feeling it. And I'm going a little bit underneath because I want to make sure that when I start cutting, we'll go right here. And this will roll up. When I start cutting, I want to have that extra fabric. See that? Use your mirror so you can see as well. And you need to concentrate when you're doing it. Underneath here. Yeah.
All right, so my wig cap has been highlighted out, baby, and we are ready to get into it. You got to have a vision to make this work. Let's go. All right, so here's exactly what your wig cap should look like. It's highlighted. It doesn't have to be neat. Stop being a perfectionist like I can be sometimes. And I have it on my canvas that's been wrapped up. And as you can see, it's pinned down. Here are my bundles from Gaijin Hair. I have a 28, 26, and 24. So it's 5 bundles. So two 28s, two 26, and a 24. And we're going to get started in the back. Now, I have some stick pins, and I'm starting with my longer bundle in the back, which is my 28. And I'm starting underneath the white line. As you can see, I'm highlighting underneath. And the reason being is because I want to make sure that I have it in its proper place. I've already pinned it down onto my canvas, and I'm pinning the hair down so I can make it more manageable. Now, I'm moving pretty fast here because I think it's kind of self-explanatory. I'm just going left to right in the nape area as if you would do in your nape area, just left to right. Then I am going to start bringing it around on my sides. As you can see, it should look just like this. Now, close stitching is always good. It's just like clothes. Whenever your stitching is too far apart, it causes the clothes actually wear out a lot faster. So the closer your stitching is, the better it is, and the more durable and longer lasting your wig will be. So as you can see, I'm just going, I like to go over. Some people go under. Do what's comfortable for you to make it work. This is exactly what your wig should look like. And I just follow that pattern right along. And I have it in my hand, and I'm about to attach this detachable wig sew-in right to my head. I didn't use a machine. I chose to use my hand because that's what I choose to do. And I actually like doing it with my hands versus the machine because sometimes I can't get that machine to do right. But that's another video where we will have that going right. So as you can see, this is all about feeling it. I've braided my wig together. I braided it back. You can make sure it's tighter, but I braided it so that I can get all that hair out of the way. And I am just feeling my leave out. I feel that leave out braid, and I'm just going around the perimeter, and I'm not pulling it too tight. All that tight pulling when it comes down to sewing it is not necessary. That can actually cause damage to your hair because it doesn't have to be too tight. We just need it secure. That's in your mind that it needs to be tight. The tighter it is, the righter it is. Who told you that? That is not the truth. We want to make sure that it is secure and that we are not killing ourselves and making sure. I like the Chinese look and all, but in this case, make sure that you're not using needle and thread to pull it too tight and cause premature breakage. Now, as you can see, I am going around my perimeter, even in the back. And my main thing, again, the purpose of this is so that we can take it on and off. You don't have to keep going and getting your sew-ins. You literally can take this off, put it back on, shampoo it, condition it, and reattach it. You can go back in there and make your stitching tighter. You can re-secure your wefts when they start loosening up. I just think it's just a dope little technique for you to use when you don't feel like consistently going to get a sew-in. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this down. When I take it down, now you can use a lighter thread so that you need some assistance to take it down. When I take it down, I'm going to shampoo the hair and put it right back in. As you can see, I'm also going through my perimeter and putting a few stitches there just so I can secure it because I don't want to do a jumping jack and it jump right off my head. Now, I'm using the razor, as you can see, a straight blade razor just to kind of cut off my sides. Leave a little bit of material around the perimeter. Reason being is because you always want to have room to manipulate. So as you can see, I'm still cutting it off with my razor blade, my straight razor blade. I am removing that excess material, leaving just a little bit of material right there. I can always go back and reinforce. This isn't the technique that I will be pulling up in a high ponytail, but definitely back. She cute or whatever. Now let's get this leave out straight and silkened into the guides. As you can see, I'm using my She Balm, and I'm just going to put it on there. I'm going to utilize my straightening comb just to kind of begin the straightening process, but I'm not going to make it too straight with that because I'm trying to get my edges back together, but I did need to put somewhat of a press to it, and I'm going to be using my Gaijin hair flat irons to straighten it right on out because this joker gets hot and it's more than enough heat. So all the extra heat trying to prevent damage, more damage. You don't want to do that. So as I said, I use my straightening comb and then my Gaijin hair flat irons. Now you can't tell me that this ain't a natural looking sew-in. This is growing right out of my scalp. I'm not a fan of all the big baby hairs and all that. I like to look like I'm Indian. So as you can see, this hair is amazing. It looks great. Everything is blended. And this is how a sew-in should look. You should look natural. Everything don't have to be plastered down. Do what works for you. And in this season, this is what's working. There is nothing like tying it down after you got that hair sewed in and waiting about a good 5-10 minutes. If you can wear it for about a good 30 minutes, that doesn't matter either. But there's nothing like putting on a headscarf and literally just waiting so that it can melt right on in. This is how we melt a sew-in. Now, let's get right to our look. I'm waiting. Yeah, and let's go. Here we go. So, it's your beauty industry coach, Celeste Noel, and I wanted to give you guys a detachable wig that gives you no excuses not to go to the gym. You have so many options. Your bundles haven't been cut, and more than anything, you can truly pull your hair back and wear you different styles. You can wand curl it. But as always, it is your beauty industry coach, Celeste Noel, and let me know what you think.
Subscribe now.
Comment, like, share, and subscribe.